Hey, welcome to year 3 of Crocodile Tears. This is a street race, open streets in Detroit. This year we are doing 2 laps of this course, about 2 miles, and we are doing multi-class, so the single speeds and the geared bikes are all together, but scored separately. Um, so for the new people, this is um, basically going up and down an overpass. So we start here, make a little corner, we go up the overpass, you can see this, go down it, and at the very bottom we do a U-turn, and then we go back up it, and then down it again. There's a little intersection here, then we do the U-turn, intersection, and then U-turn, and do it all again. Yeah, so it's two laps, 2 miles, so pretty much just all out sprint. Um, and let's go. So here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go on green. I'm on the front. I got Quentin on my left. And what we're looking for this year is Zach and Justin. And they were the first and second place last year, so they're more power than me. So I'm gonna wait for them to go by at some point up this hill and try to grab their wheel and hold it the whole race. So we'll see how all that goes. So light's about to go green. So now we're off here. Quinn gets a pretty good start, so I'm just going to hold him. We see Ryan zooming around on the outside. He's single speed, and then this here is Justin, and then Peter. And you see Joe doing a little bit faster, so I grab his wheel. We're still pretty close. We're going to bunch up here, obviously. Coming down. And then now we see Zach. This is Zach, so we pick up his wheel because I want to stay on him. Because I think he's going to be first. So, we're doing pretty good, all bunched up here. Kind of doing a little coasting, and you can see Ryan up here preparing for this turn. I'll pause it here. So, this turn is up here, and right about here. And we're going to do a very sharp U-turn, so I'm just kind of seeing how much grip is out there, letting them go first, and just follow them through here. And then I get a little bit farther away from Justin than I'd want to be. You can see kind of this gap here. It's pretty wide, but his first lap, I'm just kind of feeling it out. And yeah, you can see how much tighter Joe's line is versus all of us. So he gained a little bit on this turn, but we're not too far behind. And the goal, yeah, see Zach come back, so we just grab his wheel. Not out of the saddle again. So we're just sitting back down and trying to go up this hill. Could have been a little bit closer to the right here to get a little bit better draft, but I'm thinking doing pretty good here. Third wheel. And then we got Cameron on the outside. He's single speed, so I'm not really paying attention to him. I'm just, if he's there to draft from, he's good. And then here's our higher speed section. This is probably about 28 miles an hour coming through this turn, and this is kind of made a bad decision here. So we have Cameron, who's gonna kind of take the inside of this U-turn, and then these guys, that's Zach up front, they're going to kind of swoop it in. So I was thinking going in Cameron and doing a little bit shorter distance. But remember, I do think these guys are going to be probably the faster ones. So I probably should have bailed and went to the outside here. But as you'll see, Justin's coming up on the inside. Right there, closing that gap. And so I probably should have went over there. But kind of all check up in this corner. So it's not too bad. And then you can see Justin's way, way out here, right? I have a pretty tight line. Cameron's got a pretty tight line. So even though I didn't get on that outside faster group, I kind of tucked back in pretty good. And we all just regroup on this here. And then you can see we're kind of chilling for a little bit. We're all looking around, seeing how each other are doing. And then right here, you see this guy appear out of nowhere and just kind of cruise by like more than 2 miles an hour faster. Um, and I was probably a little bit late to react. You can see Justin right now, he's going to pick up that wheel. And the guy in front of me kinda does, and so I kinda do. But you can start seeing Justin pull away from this guy, so I gotta bail, I gotta close this, right? Because I'm afraid the guy I was following is about to get dropped. So I try to close this gap because this corner is the sharp corner back to the start finish line, and then we have to go up that big hill. So if I don't close this gap before that big hill, I don't get that draft coming down the hill, and I'm going to lose him. So right here you can see, so we kind of all missed that turn. The curb is here, right? We're all pretty far away, and if you look at me, I'm pretty much aimed straight for Zach, who's the farthest one out here. So I should have basically turned in earlier, maybe slowed down a little bit earlier, but so I go real wide, and then because of that, the guy who is behind me is now in front of me, and he gets a good exit. So I lost basically, at least this much on that turn. Not great. And then as you see, this guy doesn't quite have the power to stay on, so I have to put even more power down, trying to close this gap, but right now we're going about 25 miles an hour. So these guys, these three are more powerful than me, and they're already putting down all of that power they can do. So I'm slowly watching them pretty much just walk away from me up this really crazy hill. So right now I'm thinking, well, basically the only chance to close this gap is down the hill. So if I can keep pedaling down the hill, go a couple miles an hour faster, and then if I can do this U-turn that's coming up a little bit better, then maybe I can close the gap. But you can see how much farther that gap is now than it was at the bottom of the hill. So they're zooming, but they're kind of spread out, right? So I kind of, they're way out there now, right? But maybe I can go deep, right, and get some time back. So if you look right here, they're kind of slowing down because they see this car. So I'm like, oh, here we go. So if I get a good turn, I can gain a couple seconds back. So I'm looking, and then right about here, I see all these cars coming at me. And so this is open street, so it's not closed for us, so I gotta basically yield to whoever shows up. So I see, handful of cars coming my way, I slow way down, and then I think it's gonna be clear, but this guy comes so close to me that I basically have to stop right here, wait for him to go by, then I'm gonna have to start going up this hill from 0, which is not fun. Oh, there we go, we start going again. And right as I turn that corner, look what, the guy behind me didn't have to stop as much. Gets a good rolling start, takes the corner a little sharper too. And so now we got the 3 guys up there, this is 4th, and then me in 5th. And he's already got a couple miles an hour on me. Puts the power down, and he starts pulling away. So, not great for morale here. But I'm just trying to make it so that he doesn't get too far away. Maybe, same thing. Maybe I can catch him a little bit on the downhill in the next corner. But you can see he's getting pretty far away at this point. And then you see some shadows showing up here. So people are going by, but I'm not too worried. If you look here, this is Joe. He's got a single speed. And this guy, when he went by me, I thought it was Ryan, who's a single speed. I didn't notice that derailer, because Ryan was wearing all black and he's got this big yellow bike. This is not Ryan. So this guy went by, I thought I didn't lose any positions because they were battling for single speed, but this guy is actually fighting me for position. So come down the hill, and Joe's single speed, so I just keep the power on. I'm gonna go around. And then when we turn this corner, you'll be able to see how far up. So this guy is that 4th place guy, and then that's the lead group right there. So because of that stop and hard to get back up that hill. We lost this group, but this guy who went by me at the corner really put the power down, and he closed that gap, and I basically wasn't going as fast, and the gap get even bigger. But at this point, I'm just trying to go as fast as I can so more people don't go by. And then we'll do this corner, and if you look, curbs here. Watch how close we get, right? We get pretty close to the curb, so that corner's pretty good. You get a good exit, put the power down, and right about now, I look over here and I see a derailleur, and I realize that this guy is fighting the next guy in front of me for position. So I have one more turn left. I gotta put the power down, close the gap, hopefully get a little bit of draft, and pretty much the only passing option here, right, is doing this last U-turn a little bit better. So as you can see, closing the gap pretty good, and then up here you can see them going around the corner right now. So I pretty much have between now and then to figure out how to pass this guy. So he goes the inside, right? So I'm hoping he goes a little bit too deep, and then I can just, cut behind him, go a little bit slower on entry, put the power down earlier, and sprint out of there and get a position in this corner. You can see, slow it down, wait for him to turn in. He turns in, and goes a little bit wide, not too wide, and I'm a little bit narrower. So it's kind of according to plan. I get out of the saddle here until it's all shaky, and just put the power down, sprint to the line. End up 5th place on Crocodile Tears 2025. So, thanks.